Hey gang, I just wanted to take a minute and I wanted to celebrate this special day with all of my Uncle Charlie fans and all of my Life Coach Charlie fans and anybody else who sees this video. You see, because today marks the 7-year anniversary, November the 15th, 2007, when I nearly lost my life in a high-speed head-on collision that took the lives of two others immediately when they hit me upon impact. And I am a miracle to be alive. You see, I was on my way to do a family concert at Camp Mount Lebanon, Texas, and I was traveling down a two-lane highway about 65 miles an hour, and there was another car coming the opposite way also doing 65 miles an hour, and for some unknown reason, only God knows, they swerved into my lane and they caught me flush, head on. 130 miles an hour at impact. No brakes were used in the accident at all, and the cars only moved 8 feet from impact. That's how solid the impact was. Unfortunately, the driver and the passenger in the other car were killed immediately upon that impact. I should have been. I am no doubt a miracle to be here, as you can tell by the pictures. I remember waking up in that accident with firefighters all around me, frantically trying to get me out of the car. It took about 14 of them total to get me out of the car. They had to use the jaws of life to move the seats back in order to relieve my crushed body out of the car. I felt so caged in when I was in that car. Everything was crumpled around me. I woke up during the rescue operation and I couldn't move. My knees were in my face. My hand was literally through the dashboard. It took them a long time to get my hand out, and when they did pull it out, I thought I had completely lost my hand. Ended up with over 20 broken bones, 14 broken ribs. I didn't even know I had that many ribs, for crying out loud. Lacerated liver, lacerated spleen, lots of internal damage. And then later on found out I even had brain trauma that manifested itself a few months after the accident that made me stutter and make loud Tourette's noises for nearly 2 years. I couldn't control my speech. I kept stuttering and making all these loud noises, and I felt again so caged in my body because I wanted to get back out and tour again because I knew I was a miracle to be alive and wanted to share my story, but I couldn't because I couldn't get my words out, and then even when I did get my words out, the noises were so loud it would have scared the children that I was trying to minister to. And so that journey of recovery was an up and down journey. It was a roller coaster ride that many of you can identify with. But you know what? By the grace of God and by His power, number one, I'm a miracle to be alive. And number two, I'm a miracle to be physically healed from all of not only the broken bones and the internal damage, but the brain trauma that caged me in for so long. I'm very thankful, 7 years later to the date, to be able to share with you that I'm a miracle to be alive because of the grace of God. I wrote my story this last year. It took me almost a year to write that story because there was so much to remember and I had to recall on so many people to remember so many things. But I'm grateful that I got the story out because it's a story of inspiration. It's a story of resilience. It's a story of overcoming not just the injuries but the 2-year-long recovery. And I'm sure my story is going to resonate with many of you because you see, life has a way of throwing us all curveballs, doesn't it? But it's what you do with those curveballs. It's how you handle those. How did I handle that? I turned to the Lord and I relied on His strength. And there are many, many lessons that He taught me along the way in my 2-year journey that's going to relate to you when life throws curveballs at you. So I encourage you to check out my book. You can click on the link below and just read about the book. And if it looks like something that could inspire you and encourage you and minister to you or maybe somebody that you know, feel free to pick that book up and I know it'll be a blessing to you. And I just want to close by sharing this verse with you. It's in Psalm 40, verse 3, and it simply says this: He's given me a new song to sing, a hymn of praise to our God. Many will see what He has done and they will be amazed, and they will put their trust in the Lord. And that's what my prayer is that when life throws curveballs at you, that you'll put your trust in the Lord as well. Hey, thanks for taking the time to share M-Day with me. M-Day is Miracle Day. 7 years to the date. I am a miracle to be alive. God bless, and I'll see you here, there, or in the air.